Immersed robot.
Okay, so here we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the Pimax Crystal and using eye tracking, of course, but also in this video I'm trying out the Buttkicker Gamer Plus in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, because there is a plugin for the HaptiConnect software with the Buttkicker, so I thought I'd give it a try. So I've set it up. I've got a camera pointing at the Buttkicker. You probably won't see much, actually. You won't see it vibrating. It's just sort of a sensation that you feel through the chair, honestly. But enough words, let's get up in the air anyway. So I can feel a vibration here now as I am just sitting here on the runway ready to take off. So let's go. So the vibrations are changing, and this uses the plugin. So this has actually got telemetry from the game being used here. Now I've not got absolutely perfect performance, and as we take off there you get like this subtle, the rumbling sensation of the ground goes away, and you do get like the gentle rumble of the engine now, which is just going gently as I take off here. So this is really good. So the difference with using a plugin in the Buttkicker rather than using just the sound output from the game, which you have to do in certain things like Elite Dangerous, the advantage of that is that it uses telemetry from the game itself being sent through the amp to the Buttkicker, and you get really fine details on the different things that you're doing. So you won't be able to tell much, really. I guess I've just got to sort of describe what I'm feeling. So as I turn here, you get more of a rumble as the engine struggles a little bit in this turn, and then as I go straight it sort of relaxes a little bit, and you get sort of an offbeat kind of rumble as you just go through, as you feel the engine noise. And now it's settled down into a more sort of standard kind of rumble pattern. This is great, actually. This is one of the best ones I've used. So I tried Project Cars 2 as well, which was very good, but this is you definitely get that sensation. I tell you, for sim racing and now for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think this is a great little addition to add some immersion. And of course, if you're playing in VR, that's what you want. You want immersion. That's really the goal of all of this. And anything that can offer that extra little bit of immersion, then I think it's valuable. And the Buttkicker definitely does do that. And it feels better. It feels more natural than something like the Wounded Vest in this particular title, and probably in races, I would say, because the sensation is coming through the chair itself, which is probably closer to how it would feel in a plane. Now, I've not got absolutely perfect performance as I'm recording this. I've got a few things going on. I've got my phone just recording the Buttkicker from underneath my chair. I'm recording this in OBS, so the performance is not going to be great just because I'm recording, but it looks pretty good. This haptic feedback adds a lot to certain titles, and the more I use this, the more I find that I enjoy the aspects that it adds, especially in races, as well. Something else like that, where you can feel the rumble strips on the road and stuff like that if you're in a racer. And I think having that extra sort of sensory feedback might help you if you're a racer as well. I'm not sure. I'm not like a hardcore sim racer or anything, so I can't really speak to that, but I think it certainly might add something like that. But in this one, it's just sort of adding that extra bit of immersion. And I guess you could probably get the sensation of a little bit more, rather than just sound. You can probably get the sensation of when the engine is struggling a little bit as well. So really nice little subtle rumbles. I mean, I've got this the Buttkicker amp turned up to around 46. It's got a maximum setting of 50, and in this it feels about right. You want a decent level of shake in the chair as you're using this in this particular sim, because of course that's probably what you would get. You would get a decent amount of rumble in this plane. So apologies if you can see the black strips as I turn my head there. That's obviously a telltale sign that performance is not great, but it's what I'm doing because I'm recording this. So apologies for that, but that's not usually how I play Microsoft Flight Simulator if I'm not recording. But yeah, this feels great, and there's differences. So there's definite differences just in the engine rumble. As you go to different heights in this, you'll notice it behaving slightly differently. So of course it's using that telemetry data from the game itself, and it's got X-Plane in the HaptiConnect software for the Buttkicker as well. I've not got X-Plane, so I can't really speak to that. There's plenty of software in there, from sim races to flight sims. Elite Dangerous, I've mentioned, hasn't got a plug-in in that particular piece of software, but I would love that to get added. So I generally have to use the sound output to the Buttkicker amp and then send it to the transducer in the chair itself, and just use the sound in that, and it does a pretty good job, but it works so much better if you're using these plugins. But yeah, just a quick one. I wanted to try this. This is my first time in it. This is my first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator using this. I'm very impressed with this. It feels more natural than wearing the Wooja vest. Now, the Wooja might be better for certain things, and if you're into sort of rhythm games and stuff like that, the Wooja vest would give you something a bit more than obviously the Buttkicker. Especially, of course, if you're using a standing game like Beat Saber or something, then you want to use something like the Wooja if you do want that extra level of haptic feedback. But for real immersion in sim-based titles, I think this is definitely the way to go. Buttkicker is this is the Gamer Plus version. Now they do a Gamer Pro version, which actually is really recommended for sort of heavy-duty rigs, racing rigs and stuff like that, because it is more powerful. But this one for me is perfectly fine. And trying it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, Project Cars 2, using that telemetry data, I think it's the way to go, honestly. I think the plugins do add a lot to this. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Just a short one just to show you this in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I've probably either already published my review of the Buttkicker, or it might go up shortly after this one. Either way, sort of a couple of Buttkicker videos, because they sent it to me to review, and I've been using it quite a bit, but this is the first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think this might be the best use of it, actually. I don't know, I'll have to have a think about that. But anyway, thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. So I've just pulled the throttle all the way back. The engine noise has gone into a very slow rumble now. You can still feel it, it's still sort of ticking over, so you can hear that as we're going into a sort of glide. We're going to go into a stall, and the seat is shaking quite a bit now. Not in sort of a regular rhythm though. Oh wow, this is, so yeah, it's getting some, okay. And there we go. Bit of a crash landing.